This is the weekly sales meeting for May 25th, 2025. My name is Chris Fleming. You can reach me at chris@cdmediaconsulting.com or go to our website at cdmediaconsulting.com. Today's topic, work-life imbalance. There are 168 hours every week here on planet Earth. For the average U.S. worker, 65% of those hours are either consumed with sleeping or working. In a lifetime, the average worker will spend 90,000 hours working. That is, with an average work week of 50 to 60 hours, which has become the norm for many. I know I came in early and stayed late for the vast majority of my 30-plus years in the broadcast business. My excuse was I like doing it. But it will be written on no one's tombstone, he came in early and stayed late. It will be a grave marker of a life spent most of the time at work. For most, we have carved out a work-life imbalance for ourselves and our families. We spend so much time working at our jobs, we get defined by them. If the last few years have taught us anything, there is a balance, and we need to be 100% in charge of how we tip the scales. I have two standing rules in the operations I run. If you have worked with me in the past 30 years, you've heard these. Rule number 1, if you have a family emergency or issue, go and take care of it. You don't have to check with me first. And rule number 2 is I will work as hard as I can to make sure we don't mess with how you get paid. These are pretty equitable rules. The first sets an expectation that it is okay to have life happen while you are at work. I want people to feel like they belong to a team that will watch their back. Have I had people abuse this rule? Sure I have. But 90% of the people don't, and that is what I am counting on. The second rule is an expectation from the employee side. I state it so it's a contract between both parties. You may ask why. I had it happen at a place where I worked where they forgot payroll. I watched what it did to people on the edge. It sent them over. I want it known and stated in public that I am responsible for that not happening on my watch. For many, we have created our own work-life imbalance. We spend so much time at our job because we were taught that is what we are supposed to do. We watched the generations who came before us doing the same. Yet the world is in a different place now. Running a good business is not enough. Taking care of those in your charge is considered a sign of weakness. Higher margins and quarterly dividends are all that matter. Forget the person working 60 hours a week for the man. He is replaceable with another who will do the same for less money. Your employees have started to wise up. This is where the quiet quitting is taking place. Workers have realized that giving more than their fair share of hours to a place or person who doesn't value them is not working. They reread the Harper's Bazaar interview with Dolly Parton. There she reshared her life philosophy, which she may have found in a greeting card at a Cracker Barrel. She exclaimed, "Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life." In today's climate, people are starting to get wise to this idea all over again. It is often we come to this realization too late in life. We wake up to the idea that we should have spent more time living while we were alive. The late Steve Jobs of Apple fame had that revelation. He said, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life, because almost everything falls away. All external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, all these things fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important." Don't let that be you. Focus on what is important in your life. Do you want to see the Grand Canyon? Make it a priority. Carve out the time. Put it on your calendar in indelible ink. Don't let others steal your time, as they will try. It is yours. Do with it what will give you fulfillment and lasting memories, because at some point, you will run out of both. The New World Order of corporate ownership has prioritized profit over people. Virgin mega mogul Richard Branson said this about employees: "Clients do not come first, employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they will take care of the clients." Did he mean it? It may be a yes, it may be a no. If push came to shove, he would cut personnel to save his own behind. That is what is going on in the corporate world today. The income gap between the C-level and the rank and file is so wide that the C-level tends to forget what happens at the bottom. They fail to remember my rule number 2. If we mess with how employees get paid, it will have a ripple effect on our productivity. Broadcasters have long forgotten this principle. Instead, we have attempted to cut our way to prosperity. The truth is, you can only cut so deep until no one is left to pilot the plane. Airbnb's Brian Chesky recalled the advice he got from Apple design chief Johnny Ive. Chesky was considering wide-scale layoffs. Ive told him, "You aren't going to cut your way to innovation. The phrase I often heard in the post-1996 Telecom Act broadcast business is, you can't cut your way to prosperity. Yet this is what happened, and continues to happen. It has become spreadsheet Olympics, where the names of the people are unimportant, only the cost savings they represent as the positions are eliminated. Fast forward to today, and that threat still exists, but it is only at the lower levels. It's never at the C-level, and that is where the cost-cutting measures could have their biggest impact. Imagine dropping a multi-million-dollar contract to the bottom line. Or we could hire a few hundred content creators to make a better product, one that could change the financial fortunes of many an operation. But that never occurs to those who wield the axe. Spreadsheet Olympics is the worst, and I have played it too. It's only about the salary represented, not the names associated with the line item, not the functionality and the impact. It is only the money. Back to this work-life imbalance, this realization that employees do not matter is felt throughout your organization. You can say whatever you like, but the actions speak volumes. We can't mandate culture. It is what your employees say it is. So quiet quitting was ushered in by the ambivalence of the ruling class. If you want people to love what they do and go the extra mile, it must be a reciprocal arrangement. This loyalty has been exploited for way too long. The last several years have caused the working class to wise up to what is important. And it is not spending 50 or 60 hours a week at work. At the employee level, many would walk away if it weren't for the need for wages. At the C level, most operate to make the next earnings call look good. These people may have been absent the day they taught ethics as part of the business school curriculum. When the economy tightens, so does the job market. Take a look at the tech companies that benefited the most from the stay-at-home world of the pandemic. Some, like Mark Zuckerberg at Meta, Facebook to you and me, have stated that they overestimated the length of the pandemic long tail. He then right-sized the workforce to reflect current demand. He apologized to the tens of thousands affected, but that doesn't put ham on the Christmas dinner table. There is no penalty for what he has done. Yet the rumor is he demands people work long hours and dedicate themselves to the company. Those optics are bad. Recruitment will be tough in the future, like it is now for broadcasters. All the young, enthusiastic talent has been leaving the business in droves or not coming at all. Not only is it not flashy or innovative, but old people also run it. Their worry is delivering a good report card on their next earnings call. They are not concerned about developing human capital. This work-life imbalance has hit a reckoning. It is time the workers took some of their time back. Work-life imbalance happens when we spend too much time working. We don't spend enough time on our personal lives. This can lead to stress, burnout, and health problems. Let's look at what causes work-life imbalance and how it affects people. Some jobs require people to work more than the typical 40-hour week. When this happens, we have less time for our families, for hobbies, and for relaxation. Another cause is technology. Smartphones and computers make it easy to work from anywhere, anytime. This can blur the lines between work and personal life. If you get work emails or messages during dinner or family time, it is hard to relax. Work-life imbalance can have serious effects on your health and well-being. Stress is one of the biggest problems. When we work too much, we can feel overwhelmed and anxious. This stress can lead to other health issues like headaches, trouble sleeping, or even heart problems. Burnout is another effect. Burnout happens when we feel tired to the point where we can't do our job anymore. It can make us feel hopeless and unmotivated. Relationships can also suffer from work-life imbalance. When we spend too much time working, we have less time for family and friends. This results in feelings of loneliness and isolation. Family members may also feel neglected and upset if they rarely get to spend time together. Friends might also feel ignored if you're always too busy with work. It is important to find a balance between work and personal life. It may be easier said than done, but there are some things you can do to make this possible. The first is to set boundaries. Create clear boundaries between work and personal time. Draw a line in the sand. Don't check work emails or take calls after a certain hour. Let your coworkers know your working hours and stick to them. Prioritize that which is most important. Make a list of what's most important to you, both at work and in your personal life. Focus on these priorities and let go of less important tasks. Use your calendar. Just like you schedule work meetings, schedule time for yourself and your loved ones. This can include time for hobbies, exercise, or relaxation. Learn to say no. Not only should you learn to say no, but you should also practice this skill. It's okay to say no to extra work if it means protecting your time. Don't take on more than you can handle. While you are learning to say no, learn to take breaks. During the workday, take regular breaks to rest and recharge. Even a short walk or 5 minutes of deep breathing can help reduce stress. If you are struggling to find balance, talk to someone you trust. This could be a friend, family member, even a counselor. Sometimes talking about your feelings can help. Take care of your physical and mental health. Eat well. Make time for regular exercise. Be sure you are getting enough sleep. Make time for activities that make you happy and relaxed. Finding a good work-life balance is important for your health, happiness, and well-being. By setting boundaries, it will help you prioritize what is important. By taking care of yourself first, you can both enjoy your work and your personal life. Remember, it is okay to take time for yourself and your inner circle. Achieving a balance might take effort and adjustments, but it is worth it. When you strike the right balance, you'll feel more fulfilled. It will reduce your stress levels. You will be better connected to the people and activities that matter most to you. And a balanced life leads to a happier, healthier, more productive you. Besides, if you work yourself to exhaustion or burnout, your company will have your job posted online before your obituary is written. My new book, 21st Century Sales Success, is now available on Amazon.com. If you like what you have heard here today, please consider ordering a copy or two. You can always send one to a friend. Go to cdmediaconsulting.com right now and follow the instructions to order.